I was living the quiet life in my grandpa's hand-built cabin on a 5-acre ranch by Lakeview Lake. Then, one fine morning, an excavator rolled up, ready to tear my home to bits. All because Charlotte Maxwell, entitled HOA Karen with a clipboard and an ego the size of Dallas, decided my cabin didn't fit her fancy plans. She didn't just destroy my home. She slapped me with a fine for it. Before we dive in, hit that like button to support Gossip Karen. Thanks for being awesome. It's 6:30 in the morning on my little ranch. The sun's just peeking over Lakeview Lake, turning the water into a sheet of gold. My horses, Dusty, Scout, and Bandit, are grazing out in the pasture. My cabin, built by my grandpa Edward back in 1955, stands solid as ever. Oak beams, hand-carved railings, it's got that old Texas soul you can't fake. I'm a freelance graphic designer, so the peace and quiet out here, it's perfect. I'm stumbling around in my faded Longhorns t-shirt and some old pajama pants, firing up Grandpa's ancient coffee percolator. Got my favorite mug in hand. Says world's toughest grandpa, chipped but loved, ready to sip on the porch swing and watch the world wake up. Then, this rumble hits. Deep, mechanical, like a storm brewing. At first, I think it's roadwork down the way, but it's getting louder, closer, shaking the floorboards. I open the front door, mug still in hand, and nearly drop it right there. 50 feet from my cabin, there's a massive yellow excavator, engine growling like some kind of beast. Its claws raised, like it's sizing up my house for lunch. And standing behind it, cool as a cucumber, is a woman I've seen at town meetings. Charlotte Maxwell, Lakeview Estates HOA president. She's decked out in a cheap navy suit, blonde bob stiff as a board, clutching a clipboard like it's her ticket to heaven. Her smile's so fake, it could sell used cars. "Excuse me," I yell, jogging out barefoot, coffee sloshing over the rim. "What in the hell is going on? That's my house you're pointing that thing at." Charlotte turns, her eyes raking over me like I'm some kind of trespasser. "Mr. Sullivan, I presume," she says, voice all sugar but cold as ice. "I'm Charlotte Maxwell, president of the Lakeview Estates HOA. Your structure, it violates our aesthetic guidelines. We're removing it to make way for our new lakeside walking path." I just stand there, brain try catch up. "Hold on now. This is my ranch. Private property. I ain't in your HOA. Never was." Her smile doesn't even twitch. "Our new community standards, they cover a 2-mile radius. That cabin of yours, it's an eyesore. Drags down property values for everyone. Demolition's happening right now." She holds up one measly piece of paper. "Here's your notice." "Notice?" I snap, stepping closer. "You can't just show up and..." The excavator roars to life, drowning me out. The operator, some guy who won't even look at me, swings that claw. It smashes into my porch, wood splintering like matchsticks. The sound's awful, like the cabin screaming. My cat, Boots, comes tearing out of the wreckage, yowling like her tail's on fire. I'm frozen, watching 70 years of Grandpa's blood and sweat. The hand-carved railings he spent weeks on, the fireplace we'd sit by when I was a kid, all of it turning to rubble before my eyes. Charlotte's just standing there, scribbling on her damn clipboard, barking orders to the crew like she's directing a Hollywood movie. When it's done, when my home's nothing but a pile of broken dreams, she struts over, heels clicking on the dirt. She hands me a stack of papers. $5,000, she says, voice sharp as a knife. $3,000 for community violations, $2,000 for cleanup costs. You've got 48 hours. Welcome to Lakeview Estates. Mr. Sullivan." She turns and walks off, leaving me there in my pajamas, barefoot, holding a busted coffee mug, my whole life bulldozed before I even finish my coffee. I climb into my pickup truck and just sit there staring at the wreckage. This cabin wasn't just a house. It was Grandpa's legacy, my last item. He raised me after Mom and Dad died in a wreck when I was 10. Built this place with his own hands, back when this was all wilderness. Now it's gone, because some HOA tyrant snapped her fingers. I'm shaking, mad, lost, no idea what to do. So I start driving, knocking on neighbors' doors, try to figure out who this Charlotte Maxwell is, and how she pulled this off. Most folks are friendly, but when I mention Charlotte's name, their eyes get all shifty. "Careful, son," says Mr. Jenkins, a rancher down the road. She made the Millers tear out their rose garden, said it was too colorful for her rules. Another neighbor, some guy named Bob, just shakes his head. She got the Thompsons' old shed last month, called it architecturally inconsistent. It's Anna Rodriguez who finally lays it all bare. She's a retired lawyer, lived here 30 years, sharp as a tack. She invites me in her kitchen, pours me a coffee, and spills the tea. Charlotte rolled into town 2 years ago after a nasty divorce. Lost her big house, her fancy life, everything. Now she's running the HOA like her personal kingdom, trying to turn this place into some upscale lakefront fantasy to boost property values. Your cabin, with its rustic charm, didn't fit her vision board. Anna's eyes narrow. She's done this before. The Hendersons lost their barn last year. Too rustic for her bylaws. She's got connections. Councilman Pierce, some cops, maybe even the county clerk. But she's sloppy, thinks she's untouchable. I'm steaming now. Charlotte's not just drunk on power. She's ripping the heart out of this place to feed her ego. How's she getting away with it? I ask, gripping my mug. Fear, Anna says. Folks don't want to cross her. She fines, threatens, makes life hell. But you could fight back. I thank Anna and head to Charlotte's place. A plain ranch house with a garage she's turned into her HOA office. Tacky sign out front says Lakeview Estates Administrative Hub. She's inside, sitting at a cheap card table, buried in folders, still in that navy suit. Mr. Sullivan, she says, looking up with raised eyebrows. Here to pay your fine? No, I say, voice tight as a wire. Here to talk about you tearing down my house, without so much as a warning. She leans back, smug as hell. It was legal. Your cabin violated community standards. I followed protocol, plain and simple. I argue with her for 30 minutes, but she's got an answer for everything, all delivered with that condescending smirk. It hits me, she's not some big shot leader. She's a bully, playing dress up in a garage, trying to convince everyone she's queen. As I leave, she hands me another fine notice. 48 hours, Mr. Sullivan. Don't make this harder than it needs to be. I'm halfway to my truck when Anna steps out from her fence. How'd it go? She asks, reading my face. Like punching a brick wall, I mutter. She glances around, then lowers her voice. Mark, your grandpa left something. Told me if anyone ever messed with that cabin, I should give it to you. Now's the time. She leads me to her basement, pulls out an old oak box, hinges green with age. Inside are yellowed papers, land surveys, deeds, maps. My heart stops. Grandpa didn't just own the cabin's lot. He owned the whole damn lakefront, 200 feet of shoreline, including the HOA clubhouse, the boat launch, the beach where kids play. Anna, I say, voice shaking, this says I own the lakefront. Charlotte Clubhouse, it's on my land. She nods, a sly grin creeping up. Your grandpa was a sharp man. Bought this land in '55, subdivided it for the neighborhood, but kept the lake for the family. Said it'd matter one day. I'm reeling, holding these papers like they're gold. Charlotte didn't just bulldoze my cabin. She did on my land. Her whole empire's squatting on property I own. For the first time all day, I feel a spark of something new, power. I drive back to the ranch, park by the rubble, and spread the documents on my tailgate. The survey's crystal clear. It's all mine, the heart of Lakeview Estates. Charlotte's not the queen. She's the trespasser. I'm the landlord, and she don't even know it yet. The dust from my demolished cabin still hangs in the Texas air, like a ghost that won't quit. My horses, Dusty, Scout, and Bandit, are restless in the pasture, picking up on my anger. I'm parked in my truck, staring at Grandpa Edward's documents spread across the tailgate. Land surveys, deeds, maps, all proving I own not just the cabin's lot, but the whole damn lakefront. The HOA clubhouse, the boat launch, the beach. Charlotte Maxwell's precious community amenities, they're all on my land. She bulldozed my home, fined me $5,000, and now I know she's the one trespassing. My blood's boiling, but Anna's words echo. Fight smart, not just hard. I head back to Anna Rodriguez's place, the retired lawyer who's got my back. She's in her kitchen, pouring coffee, her eyes sharp as ever. "Find anything good in that box?" she asks, setting a mug in front of me. "Good," I say, spreading the survey on her table. "Anna, I own the lakefront. Charlotte Clubhouse, her walking path, it's all mine. She tore down my cabin on my property." Anna's grin is slow, sly. "Knew your grandpa was clever. Edward planned for days like this. What's your move?" I sip the coffee, mind racing. I want to hit her where it hurts. She thinks she's queen, but she's squatting on my land. I'm thinking, demand rent for the clubhouse. Anna nods, leaning back. "Bold, but you'll need proof she's got no claim. Charlotte's got connections. Councilman Pierce, maybe the sheriff's office. She'll fight dirty, dirtier than bulldozing my house." I mutter, my fist clenching. She chuckles. "Point taken. Let's verify those deeds. I know a clerk at the county office. Owes me a favor." We drive to the courthouse, a brick building that's seen every drama this county's got. Anna's friend, a clerk named Betty, pulls the records. Her eyes widen as she cross-checks my documents. "Mark, these are legit. Your grandpa owned this lakefront since '55. The HOA's been using it without a lease, assuming it was public land. You got him dead to rights." I'm grinning now, but Betty lowers her voice. "Watch out for Charlotte. She's got Pierce pulling strings. He's been pushing that Lake Path project, probably getting kickbacks." Back at Anna's, we dig deeper in the box. There's an easement agreement, letting the community use the lakefront for recreational purposes, but it's revocable at the owner's discretion. Charlotte's whole walking path plan, her upscale community dream, it's built on my say-so. I'm not just a rancher. I'm the key to her empire. That evening, Rosa Martinez, my neighbor who's always streaming on her phone, stops by the rubble of my cabin. "Mark, you okay? I got the whole demolition on video, posted it online. 500,000 views already." 500,000? I say, stunned. "Yup," she says, waving her phone. "Folks are pissed, calling her HOA Karen. Want to go live? Tell your side?" I hesitate, but Anna nods. "Do it. Get the town talking. Charlotte thrives on fear. Shine a light, she'll squirm." Rosa hits record, and I'm on her stream, standing by the wreckage. "This was my grandpa's cabin," I say, voice tight. "Charlotte Maxwell tore it down. No warning, on my land. Now, she's fining me $5,000 for her mess. I ain't in her HOA, but she's acting like she owns my ranch." Comments flood in. "This is nuts. Fight back, Mark. HOA Karen's gotta go." Rosa's grinning. 700,000 views. Keep going. I hold up the survey. Turns out, I own the lakefront. The clubhouse, the beach, it's mine. Charlotte's been using my land, without permission. Time she pays rent. The stream explodes, 1,000,000 views by midnight. My phone's buzzing, neighbors texting support, some calling me crazy, others begging me not to block the lake. I'm fired up, but nervous. Charlotte's not going to take this lying down. Next morning, I wake in my truck, neck stiff from sleeping in the cab. There's a new flyer taped to my windshield, pink, Charlotte's signature color. "Emergency HOA meeting, protecting our community standards." It calls my cabin a blight, claims I'm threatening lake access. I'm not even in their HOA, but she's painting me as the bad guy. I call Anna, who's already seen it. "She's scared," she says. "Trying to rally the neighborhood before you hit back." "You going to that meeting?" "Damn right," I say. Time to show her I ain't bluffing. The clubhouse is packed, 30 residents crammed into folding chairs. Charlotte's at a podium, in her navy suit, banging a gavel like she's a judge. Her sidekick, a twitchy guy named Carl, hands out agendas. Rosa's in the back, streaming live, whispering, 1.2 million views. Charlotte starts, voice dripping with fake concern. "Our community's under threat from non-members like Mark Sullivan. His dilapidated cabin, his refusal to comply, it's hurting your property values. We demolished it to protect Lakeview Estates." I stand, heart pounding. I like to speak. Charlotte's eyes narrow. "You're not a member?" "Mr. Sullivan, sit down." I hold up the survey, slow and deliberate. "Maybe not, but I own this clubhouse, the land it's on, and the lakefront you're building your path on. You tore down my cabin on my property. Care to explain that? The room gasps. Rose's phone shakes. 1.5 million. Charlotte's face tightens, but she recovers. Those documents are questionable. This clubhouse is community property, maintained by HOA funds. Mr. Jenkins, the rancher, stands. Charlotte, you sent a bulldozer to Mark's place. No warning. You fined him for it. That ain't right. Mrs. Lopez, who's got a bright purple mailbox Charlotte hates, chimes in. And wiser dues keep going up while you're driving a new SUV? Carl stammers. It's all in the budget, but someone yells, "Shut it, Carl." The room laughs, and he slinks back. Charlotte bangs her gavel. Order. Mr. Sullivan's claims are baseless. We'll address this legally. I smile, calm as I can manage. Legally? You mean like getting a demolition permit, which you didn't? Or notifying the property owner, which you skipped? The crowd murmurs, turning on her. Rose's stream hits 2 million. Charlotte's losing ground fast. That night, my cameras catch 3 figures in hoodies, dumping trash on my ranch, old tires, rotten food. One spray paint sell or else on my fence. I save the footage, grinning. Gotcha. I call Anna, who's already up. Send me that video, she says. Will I DM? Charlotte's desperate. She's slipping. Next day, Rose is at my truck, buzzing. Streams at 3 million, Mark. They're calling you lakefront legend. Found out Charlotte's got a meeting with Pierce tonight at the clubhouse. On my land, I say, wheels turning. Think I'll crash it. Anna preps me, pulling out old HOA bylaws from Grandpa's box. Your grandpa wrote these, she says. HOA can use the lakefront, but only with owner consent. You revoke it, they're done. I head to the clubhouse, survey in hand, Rosa trailing with her phone. Charlotte's inside with Councilman Pierce, a slick guy in a cheap suit, and Carl, looking like he'd rather be anywhere else. I knock loud. Charlotte opens the door, her smile gone. Mr. Sullivan, this is private. Not on my land, I say, holding up the survey. Nice clubhouse. How much you paying to use it? Pierce laughs, nervous. Now, son, let's not get hasty. We can work this out. Charlotte cuts him off. Your documents are fake. Sullivan, I've got lawyers checking. Check all you want, I say, stepping closer. But you demolish my cabin, on my property, no permit, no notice. That's illegal, and I've got proof. Carl drops his clipboard. Pierce sweats. Charlotte's eyes dart to Rosa's phone. Turn that off, she snaps. Rosa grins. 3.5 million views. Keep talking. Charlotte slams the door, but I hear her hiss to Pierce. We need to bury this now. Driving back, my phone pings. A text from an unknown number. Back off, or your horses are next. My stomach twists. I call Anna, who's calm but firm. They're scared, Mark. That's good. But we need more hard evidence. Rosa's stream hits 4 million by morning. The town's buzzing. Neighbors stopping by the ranch, some with coffee, others with apologies. Mr. Jenkins offers to stable my horses, just in case. I'm grateful, but the threat's real. Charlotte's playing dirty, and I'm ready to play smarter. That afternoon, Anna finds a gem in Grandpa's box. A 1965 letter from the county, confirming Edward's ownership of the lake itself, not just the shore. I'm floored. I own the lake. Part of it, Anna says. Public access, but you control private use. Charlotte's path, her boat launch, all need your okay. I'm holding the letter, feeling like Grandpa's still fighting beside me. Charlotte thought she was queen, but she's about to meet the king of Lakeview Lake. The Texas heat clings to my ranch, heavy as the weight of Charlotte Maxwell's threats. My horses, Dusty, Scout, and Bandit, paw the ground, uneasy under the live oaks. I'm sleeping in my truck, parked by the rubble of Grandpa Edward's cabin. My home for 2 years until Charlotte's excavator turned it to dust. Her HOA empire, built on my lakefront land, is cracking. I've got proof I own the shoreline, the clubhouse, even part of Lakeview Lake itself. Rosa's live streams at 4 million views, calling me the lakefront legend. But last night's text, back off, or your horses are next, sits like a stone in my gut. Charlotte's desperate. and that makes her dangerous. I'm checking my cameras at dawn, sipping coffee from Grandpa's chipped mug, when Ana Rodriguez pulls up. She's got that retired lawyer fire in her eyes, clutching a folder. "Mark, we got her," she says, sliding it across my tailgate. "Found this in your grandpa's box. It's a 1965 HOA charter, signed by Edward. He set up the original bylaws, and they say the lakefront's use is contingent on the landowner's approval." I scan the faded paper, heart racing. "So, Charlotte's walking path, her clubhouse, they're illegal without my say-so?" "Exactly," Anna says, grinning. "She's been squatting on your land, acting like she owns it. We can shut her down." I'm pumped, but that threat's still looming. I show Anna the text. Her face hardens. She's crossing into criminal territory. We need to trap her, get her to admit it. Rosa swings by, phone in hand, buzzing. "Mark, streams at 5 million. Got footage of Charlotte's goons dumping trash on your fence last night. Clear faces. One's got a Lakeview Estates jacket." I watch the clip, my blood heating up. 3 punks, one flipping off my camera, spray painting cell or die. "Can we ID him?" I ask. "Working on it," Rosa says. "Posted it online, 1.2 million views. Someone's in a squeal." Anna nods. "Use that footage, but don't confront her yet. We need her cocky, slipping up." I call Betty, the county clerk, who's digging into Charlotte connections. "Mark, Pierce is dirty," she says over the phone. "Found emails. He's pushing your lake path for a developer deal. Charlotte's his muscle, getting $100,000 to clear land, like yours. So my cabin was just in the way?" I say, gripping the phone. "Yup," Betty says. "But Charlotte's sloppy. No de meliscem permits, no notices." She's wide open for a lawsuit. That afternoon, I'm fixing the trash fence when I hear engines. Not excavators, trucks. 3 of them, rolling on my driveway. Lakeview Estates logos on the sides. 6 guys in work vests hop out. One with a chainsaw, heading for Grandpa's oak, the one he planted with me when I was 10. "Hey, ich shot sprinting over. Get off my land." The foreman, a guy named Mike, hand me a paper. "HOA orders, trees a safety hazard. Gotta come down." I snatch it, scan the fake orders stamped with Charlotte's logo. "This is my property. No permit. No dice. Leave." Mike shrugs, but they pack up when I pull out my phone, recording. Rosa's already streaming. 6.2 million views. They're trying to cut his tree, y'all. I'm shaking, touching the oak's bark. Grandpa's voice echoes. "Stand your ground, son." I save the video. Another nail in Charlotte's coffin. That evening, Anna's got a plan. We crash the HOA's next meeting tomorrow night. Show the evidence, turn the residents against her. Rosa's stream will make it impossible for her to lie. I nod, but my gut's tight. "She threatened my horses, Anna. What if she escalates?" "Then we're ready," she says, pulling a recorder from her bag. "Why are you up?" Get her to brag. Admit to the demolition, the threats. We'll have her. The meeting's at the clubhouse. My clubhouse, technically. 50 residents pack the room. More than usual. Charlotte's at the podium, in a coral blazer now, banging her gavel like she's God. Carl's beside her, sweating through his polo. Rosa's in the back, streaming. 7 million views. Let's go. Charlotte starts. Voice all honey and steel. "Our community faces a threat from outsiders like Mark Sullivan. His false claims, his refusal to comply, they're endangering your lake access, your property values." I stand, wired up, survey in hand. "Mind if I speak?" "Ms. Maxwell." Her eyes flash. "You're not a member. Sit down." I hold up the survey slow. "Maybe not, but I own this building. The lakefront, the land you're standing on. You tore down my cabin, on my property, no permit, no notice. That's illegal. And I've got proof." The room erupts, residents shouting, some at Charlotte, some at me. Rosa's phone shakes. 7.5 million. Mr. Jenkins stands, voice booming. "Charlotte, you bulldoze his house. Fine him for it." "Explain that." Mrs. Lopez waves a flyer. "And why's my dues paying for your fancy trips? Well, we're stuck with fines." Charlotte bangs her gavel. "Order. These claims are fabrications. designed to disrupt our community. I step forward calm but firm. Fabrications? I've got county deeds, surveys, and video of your crew dumping trash on my ranch. Want to see? I plug my phone into the projector, and Rose's footage plays. The crowd gasps as Charlotte's goons spray paint my fence, one idiot grinning at the camera. "That's Jimmy Tate," someone yells. "He worked for the HOA. Charlotte's face goes red, then white. "This is manipulated," she sputters. Carl tries to back her. "It's under investigation, but the room's turning." Residents yell, "Resign, crook." Then, the lights flicker. My phone buzzes, my security app screaming. Cameras at the ranch show flames, orange and angry, licking the pasture fence. My heart stops. "My ranch!" I yell, bolting for the door. Anna grabs my arm. "Go. I'll handle this." I speed back, breaking every limit, smoke rising over my land. The fence by the oaks burning, flames creeping toward the pasture where my horses are. I skid to a stop, grab a hose, and douse it, coughing through the smoke. Dusty's rearing. Scouts whinnying, but they're safe. Rosa pulls up, streaming, tears in her eyes. 8 million views. They try to burn his ranch, y'all. A neighbor, Mr. Jenkins, runs over with a fire extinguisher, helping me kill the flames. Saw a guy in a hoodie, took off in truck, he says panting. I check the cameras, catching a blurry figure lighting the fire. Same Lakeview jacket as Jimmy. My fists clench. "Charlotte, Mutter." Anna calls, voice urgent. "Mark, you okay?" Meeting's chaos. Residents are demanding Charlotte step down. Got her rant on tape. She admitted the demolition was necessary for her path. "Good," I say, staring at the smoldering fence. She's going down. Next morning, Rosa's stream hits 10 million. The town's on fire, figuratively and almost literally. Neighbors stop by, bringing coffee, blankets, even hay for my horses. Mrs. Lopez hugs me. "We're with you, Mark." Betty calls from the courthouse. "Found more. Charlotte's been siphoning HOA funds, $50,000 unaccounted for. Bank records show trips to Vegas, new SUV. She's done. I'm ready to sue, but Anna's got a bigger play. We expose her to the feds," she says. "Embezzlement, arson. She's not just losing the HOA. She's looking at jail." That afternoon, my cameras catch movement again. Not fire this time, a guy in a suit, taping a notice to my gate. It's from Charlotte's lawyer, claiming my deeds are under dispute, demanding I cease interference with HOA projects. I laugh cold. She's flailing. Rosa's streaming it. 10.5 million. She's suing him now. I call Anna, who's unfazed. Let her sue. She's got no standing. We counter illegal demolition, fraud, attempted arson. She's handing us the rope. That night, I'm in my truck, staring at the oak, its branches black from the fire. Grandpa's voice rings clear. "This land's yours, son. Protect it." I'm holding his survey, the letter proving I own the lake. Charlotte thought she was untouchable, but she's about to learn what Texas justice feels like. The scorched fence on my Texas ranch still smells of smoke, a reminder of Charlotte Maxwell's desperation. My horses, Dusty, Scout, and Bandit, are safe at Mr. Jenkins' place, but my blood's still hot from Ragoon's fire. I'm sleeping in my truck, parked by the rubble of Grandpa Edward's cabin, clutching his 1965 survey like a lifeline. It proves I own Lakeview Lake Shoreline, the HOA clubhouse, even the land Charlotte's walking path needs. Rosa's live streams at 10 million views. Her footage of Charlotte's crew trashing my ranch, setting fires, has the town roaring. Anna Rodriguez, my retired lawyer ally, has Charlotte confession on tape, admitting she razed my cabin for a project. But Charlotte's out there, free, her lawsuit claiming my deeds are fake. She's cornered, and I'm ready to spring the trap. I'm sipping coffee at dawn. Grandpa's chipped mug steady in my hand. When Anna pulls up, eyes gleaming. "Mark, we've got dynamite," she says, tossing a USB drive on my tailgate. "Found this in Edward's box. Emails between Charlotte and Councilman Pierce. Planning to seize your land for a developer deal, $200,000 payout for her." I plug it in my laptop. Heart pounding. There's Charlotte, bragging. "Sullivan's cabin's gone. lakefront's ours. Pierce gets his resort. I get my cut. Another email shows $50,000 funneled from HOA dues to her personal account, labeled consulting fees. She's stealing, I say, voice tight. This is fraud, extortion, all of it. Anna nods, fierce. And we've got her demolition admission, plus Rosa's arson footage. Time to take her down, publicly. Rosa swings by, phone buzzing. Mark streams at 12 million. Identified one of the fire starters. Jimmy Tate, Charlotte's maintenance guy. He's scared, might flip. Get him to talk, Anna says. We need a witness. I call Betty, the county clerk, who's digging deeper. Mark, Pierce is in deep, she says. Found bank records. He's taken $150,000 from developers, pushing Charlotte to clear lakefront properties like yours. So, my cabin was just collateral damage? I ask, gripping the phone. Pretty much, Betty says. But Charlotte's got no permits, no legal standing. You sue, she's toast. That afternoon, I'm checking my cameras when a black SUV rolls up. Not Charlotte, but a guy in a suit, slick hair, gold watch. He introduces himself. Victor Lang, attorney for Lakeview Estates. Hand me a settlement offer. $10,000 to drop my claims, walk away. I laugh cold. 10 grand? For my cabin, my land? Tell Charlotte to shove it. Lang smirks. You're making a mistake. Sullivan, we've got resources. You're just a rancher. On my lakefront, I say, stepping closer. Get off my property. He leaves, but Rosa's streaming from her truck. 13 million views. They're trying to buy him off. Anna's out a plan, risky but tight. We set a trap, she says, at her kitchen table. Leak that you're meeting the county DA with all the evidence. Charlotte will show, try to scare you. We wire you, get her to confess. FBI's waiting. I swallow hard. FBI? This big. Cartel-level fraud. Anna says. Embezzlement. Arson, developer bribes. She's done. Rosa's all in. I'll stream it. Make it impossible for her to lie. 15 million views guaranteed. We stage the meet at the old barn on my ranch, midnight. Rosa leaks it online, framing it as a secret tip. My cameras are rolling. Anna's got a wire taped under my shirt. FBI agents are hidden in the woods, courtesy of Betty's DA contact. I'm sweating, heart hammering, but Grandpa's voice steadies me. Stand your ground, son. Midnight hits, and headlights cut the dark. Charlotte's Lexus creeps up, alone. She steps out. No suit now, just jeans and a jacket. Her bob messy, a pistol glinting in her hand. My stomach twists, but I stay cool, wire humming against my chest. Sullivan, she hisses, voice raw. You're ruining everything. My community, my legacy. I raise my hands, playing scared. Charlotte, it's over. I've got your emails, your bank records. Jimmy's talking. Turn yourself in. She laughs, sharp, unhinged. You think you've won? I burned your fence. I'll burn this whole ranch. That cabin was nothing, just like you. She steps closer, pistol shaking. I made Lakeview Estates, not some hillbilly with a deed. Made it with stolen money. I say slow. Bribes from peers, $50,000 from HOA dues. Vegas trips, that new SUV. Her eyes widen, then narrow. You've got nothing. Those are lies. Then why's Jimmy ratting you out? I push. Why's Pierce meeting the DA tomorrow? She snaps, raising the gun. I'll end this now. Sullivan. No more evidence. No more you. Floodlights blaze. FBI. Drop the weapon. Agents swarm. Guns drawn. Charlotte freezes, face pale, pistol clattering to the dirt. They cuff her, her screams echoing. I'm the president. You can't do this. Rosa's streaming. 20 million views. She's going down. Anna runs up, grinning. Got every word, clean recording. She's dumb, Mark. The feds haul Charlotte away. Her Lexus left in the dust. I'm shaking, adrenaline crashing, but alive. My ranch is quiet again, the oaks standing tall, moonlight on the lake. Next morning, Rosa's stream hits 25 million. The town's electric, neighbors flooding my ranch, bringing food, tools, offering to rebuild. Mr. Jenkins claps my shoulder. Proud of you, son. Mrs. Lopez hands me tamales. No more HOA Karen. Betty calls, voice buzzing. FBI raided Pierce's office. Found ledgers, $300,000 in bribes. Charlotte's name all over him. She's facing fraud, embezzlement, attempted murder. Attempted murder? I say, stunned. That gun wasn't for show, Betty says. You're lucky, Mark. And is already drafting a lawsuit against Charlotte, the HOA, Pierce. Illegal demolition, fraud, arson, she says. We're asking $100,000 for your cabin, plus damages. That evening, I walked the lakefront, my lakefront, holding Grandpa's survey. A text pings, unknown number. You'll pay for this. I forward it to Anna, but I'm not scared. Charlotte's in lockup. Her empire's crumbling. The HOA calls an emergency meeting without Charlotte. Mrs. Albright, a retired teacher, takes the podium. We're dissolving the board, she says, voice firm. New election. No more fake rules. No more land grabs. Rosa streams it. 30 million views. Lakeview's free. I speak up, survey in hand. I don't want to block the lake or shut down the beach. But this land's mine, and I'm charging rent for the clubhouse, fair and square. Some cheer, some grumble, but they know I'm right. The HOA agrees to negotiate $1,000 a month, legal and above board. I'm not greedy, just done being pushed around. Next day, Betty drops a bombshell. Mark, the lake itself? It's partly county-owned, but up for auction. Budget cuts. You could bid, own it outright. I'm floored. Own the lake. How much? Starting bids, $50,000, she says. You control private access, fishing, boating, all of it. I call Anna, who's all in. Use your lawsuit money. Buy it. Charlotte wanted the lake. Make sure she never gets it. I'm crunching numbers. Heart racing. The lawsuit's pending, but neighbors are pitching in, offering loans support. Mr. Jenkins writes a check. For Edward's boy. That night, I'm in my truck, staring at the stars over the lake. Grandpa's mug's in my hand, his survey on the dash. Charlotte thought she could bulldoze me, erase my family's legacy. But I'm still here, and this lake's about to be mine. The Texas sun beats down on my ranch, but the air feels lighter, like the weight of Charlotte Maxwell's tyranny is finally gone. My horses, Dusty, Scout, and Bandit, are back in their pasture, grazing under Grandpa Edward's scorched oak. The rubble of my cabin, bulldozed by Charlotte's HOA, is cleared, and I'm planning a new one. I own Lakeview Lake Shoreline, the clubhouse, and now I'm bidding to own the lake itself. Charlotte's in jail, facing fraud, embezzlement, even attempted murder after pulling a gun on me. Rosa's live streams at 30 million views. The town's calling me lakefront legend. But her last threat, you'll pay for this, still lingers. I'm not done fighting. Not till this lake's mine, and her empire's dust. I'm sipping coffee. Grandpa's chipped world's toughest grandpa mug in hand. When Anna Rodriguez pulls up, her lawyer eyes sharp. Mark, auctions today, she says, spreading papers on my tailgate. County's selling the lake. Starting bids, $50,000. Your lawsuit's locked in for $100,000, but you'll need cash now. I nod, heart racing. Mr. Jenkins loaned me $20,000. Mrs. Lopez and others chipped in $15,000. About $40,000 saved, it's close. Anna grins, fierce. Close enough. We'll make it work. Buy that lake, and Charlotte's dream dies for good. Rosa swings by, phone buzzing. Mark streams at 35 million. Neighborhood's hyped. They're calling it Sullivan's Lake already. Want to go live from the auction? I laugh, nervous. Sure, let's show 'em we're finishing this. The county courthouse, a red brick beast, is packed for the auction. Residents, reporters, even some out-of-towners sniffing a deal. Councilman Pierce, Charlotte's crooked partner, is there, looking sweaty in a cheap suit. Rosa's streaming. 40 million views. We're making history, y'all. The auctioneer, a wiry guy with a cowboy hat, starts the bid at $50,000. I raise my hand, voice steady. 50. Pierce counters. 60. Murmurs ripple through the crowd. I glance at Anna, who nods. 70. I say, my savings on the line. Pierce hesitates, then, 80. Rosa whispers. He's bluffing. Developers cut him off after the FBI raid. I grit my teeth, thinking of Grandpa's oak, my cabin's rubble. 90, I call. Heart pounding. The room's silent. Pierce slumps out. The auctioneer bangs his gavel. Sold to Mark Sullivan, $490,000. The crowd erupts, neighbors cheering, Rosa's phone shaking. 42 million views. He owns the lake. Outside, Anna claps my shoulder. You did it, Mark. Charlotte's path. Her resort deal dead. But Pierce corners me. Voice low. You'll regret this. Sullivan. This town's mine. I smile cold. Not my lake. Not my land. Good luck, councilman. That night, my ranch is alive. A barbecue with 100 neighbors. Tables set where my cabin once stood. Mr. Jenkins grills ribs. Mrs. Lopez brings tamales. Kids run through the pasture. Rosa streams. 45 million. This is freedom, y'all. Mrs. Albright, the new HOA interim president, raises a glass. To Mark, for saving Lakeview. No more bullies. No more fake rules. I stand, holding Grandpa's mug. I'm not shutting down the lake or the beach. Y'all can use it free, long as you respect my land. But the HOA, they're paying rent for that clubhouse, $1,000 a month, fair and square. Cheers rise, some laugh, others nod. The HOA agrees, a legal lease this time. Next morning, Betty, the county clerk, calls. Mark, FBI's closing in on Pierce. Found $500,000 in offshore accounts. Charlotte's cut was $100,000. She's testifying against him, trying to cut a deal. Will it stick? I ask, leaning against my truck. With your evidence? Rose's footage. Jimmy Tate's confession? Ironclad, Betty says. She's looking at 10 years minimum. Anna's lawsuit moves fast, the court date set. I'm suing Charlotte, the HOA, Pierce, for illegal demolition, fraud, arson. We're asking $100,000 for my cabin, plus damages for the fire, the threats. The hearing's in the same courthouse. Judge Harlan, a no-nonsense woman, presiding. Charlotte's there, in an orange jumpsuit, no bob, no smirk. Her lawyer, a frazzled guy in a wrinkled suit, flounders. I'm representing myself. Anna coaching me. The truth's simple. Charlotte raised my cabin, on my land, no permits, no notice, then try to burn my ranch and kill me. I present Grandpa's deeds, surveys, tax records, proving I own the lakefront. Rose's videos play. Charlotte's goons trashing my fence, setting fires, her gun in my face. Anna's recording echoes. Charlotte admitting the demolition. The USB's email seal it. Her and Pierce plotting, stealing HOA funds. Judge Harlan leans forward, eyeing Charlotte. Ms. Maxwell, did you obtain a demolition permit from Mr. Sullivan's cabin? Her lawyer stammers, but Charlotte's silent, face pale. Finally, she mutters, No, Your Honor. It was an emergency for community standards. Harlan's eyebrows shoot up. An emergency justifying destruction of private property without notice on land you didn't own? Charlotte doubles down, voice rising. I was protecting Lakeview. That cabin was a blight, lowering values. Her lawyer tries to stop her, but she's unraveling. I built this community. I deserve that money, that path. Harlan's gavel slams. Enough. Ms. Maxwell, your actions were illegal, reckless, and criminal. The ruling's swift. Charlotte's liable for $100,000, full replacement cost of my cabin, plus $50,000 in damages for arson, emotional distress. The HOA's fined $20,000 for misuse of funds. Harlan refers Charlotte's case to the DA for fraud, embezzlement, attempted murder. Pierce is named a co-conspirator. His trial's next. As Charlotte's led away, she glares at me. This isn't over. Sullivan. I just smile. It's been over since you touched my cabin. Charlotte. Rosa streams the verdict. 50 million views, justice served. 6 months later, I'm on the porch of my new cabin, bigger than Grandpa's, with a guest room for Anna, who's practically family now. The lake sparkles, My lake, bought fair and square. I'm sipping coffee, same chipped mug, watching kids fish off my new community dock, free for neighbors who respect the land. The clubhouse lease brings in $1,000 a month, funding a ranch school, teaching kids woodworking like Grandpa taught me. Charlotte's serving 12 years. Her house sold to pay my judgment. Pierce is indicted, his political career dust. The HOA's reborn, transparent, resident-run. No more community standards nonsense. Lakeview's thriving, property values up without Charlotte's iron fist. Anna stops by, holding a letter. From the state, she says. They're investigating HOA abuses statewide. Thanks to your case. You're a hero, Mark. I laugh, shaking my head. Just a guy who wanted his cabin back. Rose's final stream, a year later, hits 60 million. It's me, standing by the new cabin, red paint gleaming, Grandpa's oak healing. This is Sullivan's Lake, she says, panning to the water. Freedom won. I walk to the oak, touching its bark. Grandpa's voice clear. This land's yours, son. I place bluebonnets by the tree, for him, for the fight. A call comes, a lawyer from another Texas town. Mr. Sullivan, our HOA's bulldozing homes like yours. Can you help? I look at the lake, my lake, and smile. When do you need me? Some fights are bigger than one ranch, one cabin. Charlotte taught me bullies only speak one language, consequences. I'm fluent now, and I'm not alone. Anna's my strategist. Rose is my megaphone. Neighbor's my army. We took down an HOA Karen, and we'll do it again. If you're facing your own Charlotte, don't back down. Find your Anna, your Rosa, your proof. Drop a red heart. If you believe every cabin, every lake, should be yours to protect. I'm Mark Sullivan, from a ranch that became a beacon. Thanks for riding with me, and let's keep fighting the good fight.